Thank you for waiting. Thank you so much. It's very hot. いただきます。This might be better than actual chicken karaage. こんにちは、エルです。今はバンクーバーのパウエル祭にいます。Right now I'm at the 48th annual Powell Street Festival. It's an annual celebration of Japanese Canadian heritage in Vancouver. The festival has been running since 1977 and it's the longest running community arts festival in Canada, going 2 days every August, and is located in the historical old Japantown. It's a really beautiful celebration of the long-standing Japanese-Canadian history in BC and Japanese culture in general. It attracts tens of thousands of visitors, including local residents who've been attending every year for many decades, recent comers and visitors and tourists. The festival grows and changes every year, and I've noticed that in recent years it's really taken on even more of a traditional Japanese omatsuri style vibe, while also acknowledging and incorporating the unique cultural elements of British Columbia, Vancouver, and the downtown east side. This year, I spent the first day of the festival working the JET program information booth on behalf of the Japanese consulate. The JET program is something that I participated in a few years ago, which enabled me to teach at a Japanese high school while living in Tokyo. After that, I wanted to hit up some of the food vendors, and there were some pretty exciting ones this year. Thank you. I bought some vegan karaage. So I just bought these plant-based karaage. They're 100% vegan. いただきます。Really juicy and fluffy. Really awesome. Really, really good. Like, I'm a big fan of karaage. It's probably one of my top favorite Japanese foods, but this might be better than actual chicken karaage. It's amazing. Highly recommend. So I just got a yakitori and yaki onigiri set for I think about $12. And the yaki onigiri is just like a grilled seasoned rice bowl, and they're still warm. There's like a really light soy sauce flavor. The festival events are spread throughout the former Japantown site, including Oppenheimer Park. So in order to get to the Powell Street Festival, you have to pass through Chinatown, which in itself is a bit of an interesting experience. The Powell Street Festival is located in the old Japantown, which is now just basically kind of like a struggling area of Vancouver, but historically it was where a lot of the Japanese people were living, starting from like over 100 years ago to just around the time of the war, when lots of, well, basically all the Japanese Canadians were rounded up and sent to internment camps in the Rockies and a few other locations around Canada. Then there are historical neighborhood walking tours throughout the former Japantown area, sumo tournaments, martial arts demonstrations, and children's activities. I decided to be a kid for a minute, and I broke that day's record for the most jelly beans picked up with chopsticks in 30 seconds, and they even let me design and create my very own pin. One thing I always make sure to check out are the plays and movies at the Firehole Arts Centre, which was converted from one of Vancouver's very first fire stations built back in 1907. A must-see for me every year is Za Daikon. It's a Vancouver-based amateur Japanese theatrical group that performs Japanese comedies and folktales. Another stop for me is the historical Vancouver Japanese Language School, which was founded back in 1906 and continues to be an important hub of the Japanese Canadian community in Vancouver. This year, I went to a writing workshop, a healing circle, and the annual tea ceremony hosted by the Urasenke Foundation of Vancouver. It's always such a treat to just sit down with matcha and a sweet and escape the hot weather outside. On the second day of the festival, I went back early to really just soak in the atmosphere. They started the day off right with Radio Taiso, or radio exercise. It's been a part of daily Japanese life since the 1920s. And to this day, early every morning, elderly people come together in neighborhood parks throughout Japan to practice this simple mobility routine together, promoting health, longevity, and a sense of community. It's something that I saw every morning while rushing to work, even in metropolitan Tokyo.
腕を回します。ぐるっと外側へ、内側へ。肘をよく伸ばして。
After that, I attended other events, such as a talk on hybrid identities, a topic that hits particularly close to home for me. And of course, I checked out more of the amazing food vendors who are working so hard in the summer heat to really make the Powell Street Festival an exciting 2 days of authentic Japanese cuisine mixed with creative culinary fusion. So I brought my own rice to make my own little bento bako. Yesterday I tried the vegan karaage, today is the actual chicken karaage, and it is insanely tasty. It's very, very good. So after 2 amazing days, Powell Street Festival is now over. Definitely worth checking it out if you're in Vancouver next summer. It happens every August, usually the first weekend of August. This was so far the biggest Powell Street Festival I've been to so far. Lots of Japanese Canadian history, a lot of healing circles, a lot of good food, a lot of new people from Japan. So it's a total fusion of older Japanese Canadian history together with new Japanese language school students. So definitely worth checking out if you're in Vancouver in August.